getting set up, and we are now live on 3 platforms. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so delighted to be back with you here today. We're going to do a couple things today. One is, first of all, what I want to suggest that you all do when you're either watching this live or whether you're watching a replay, but get yourself booked for our free training next week. We're doing an extraordinary event. And I want to tell you something. I have been teaching these materials for years, but we have, again, completely started anew. And I have created something brand new that absolutely is going to impact you in only positive ways. So to get booked for next week's free training, this is totally free. And we're going to do 5 1-hour teaching lessons. We're going to have some activities involved. We're going to be giving you away the secrets for success. And more importantly, we're going to share with you how to experience quantum leaps in your life. And we're calling it Easy Quantum Leaps. So you go to easyquantumleaps.com, get yourself registered, and we're going to be together next week. Now, how we're doing it is we're going to deliver 5 sessions, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from 12 noon Eastern to 1 o'clock. And then a little later in the day at 4 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be doing an open Q&A for 5 straight days, 5 straight days. And it's not only me, it is my marvelous, my extraordinary, my wonderful, my talented, my very blessed team at Dynamic Destinies, and we're going to be doing this together. So I'll be doing the bulk of it, but you're also going to have the pleasure of meeting Roddy Telfer. And Roddy has been with my organization now for over a year, and this guy is amazing, extraordinary. And he knows these materials because he lives these materials, and he has experienced quantum leaps in his life. So we're going to be bringing Roddy on. We're also going to be bringing on Vladi Kuna, who is, well, she's been studying with me for years, but I'm on my team. So blessed to have Vladi on my team. She's also going to be here, and she's going to be sharing some of the things that have happened for her and why and how her transformations occurred. And then we're going to bring on Annie Harvey, who is the newest member of our team. And Annie's also going to be sharing with you some tips, and you're going to be hearing so many different unique stories. And then we're going to bring on Kayla Leon, and Kayla has been manifesting her desires one after another. And so we have decided we're bringing everything we've got to this training. And so what I'd love for you to do is make sure you're registered, that you've secured your seat. We do have a limited number of seats for sure. And I want to make sure that you're there. Now we're getting dangerously close to the peak number that we can have at the event. And so I want to make sure that you guys definitely have your seat secured. So go to easyquantumleaps.com. And another thing, tell your friends, bring a friend, bring an accountability partner, bring someone with you, and make sure that you do it together. It's much better to go through this fabulous training with someone else. You'll find you'll get a lot more out of it. And I'll explain why when you get there. Okay, so today I'm going to do this in a couple different ways. One is I'm going to talk to you about why high achievers need a mentor. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. And then I'm going to go to open Q&A. And we've already had some questions that have been submitted in advance. Now, we typically do these calls on our social media channel for about 30 minutes, but quite often we go over. So if we go over a little bit today, no worries, I'll keep going. So I want to first talk about, why do high achievers need a mentor? Why do high achievers need a mentor? And the first thing that I want to say is that, what's a high achiever, right? What would you define? And you can answer this, answer it in the chat box, answer it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Tell me what you believe a high achiever is. What would you define, or how would you define a high achiever? I would like to see, I'd like to see some comments here on the chat box that share with me what you believe to be a high achiever. Okay, I'm looking for some results here. All right, great stuff. All right, yes, Roddy is a phenomenal guy. Thank you, Vladdy, for mentioning that. I see Vladdy is here as well. And actually, Vladdy and I were going to do this event together. And so this morning, her and I got on nice and early and we were doing a test and the audio wasn't working very well. So Vladdy said, no worries, I got your back. I'm going to be there and I'm going to be with you while you're doing this. So high achievers, always reaching for more, service to others, growth for them, says Sarah. Yes, I love that. Definitely, that is an example of a high achiever. A high achiever to me is someone who exceeds their results, very likely skips levels. In other words, they have quantum leaps in their results. They're constantly stretching themselves by setting goals that they have no earthly idea how they're ever going to accomplish that. And that is absolutely my recommendation. Why is that my recommendation? Because this is how I've been living my life, setting goals that I have no idea how I'm going to accomplish, but going for it anyway, like pursuing those goals when I have no idea how I'm ever going to get there. But the truth is this. When you are a high achiever consistently, in other words, you've developed the identity of a high achiever, that you're consistently setting goals that stretch yourself, that you understand the laws of the universe and how they work. And even if you don't understand them, you're going for it anyway. You're willing to take a risk. You understand that there is an investment of time, money, energy required, but you're happily making that investment. And then you know what the big benefit of all of this is? It's not that you're going to experience the greater results. It's not that you're going to find yourself in the 1% income earners. It's not that you're going to accomplish that goal. The big benefit in all of this with stretching yourself, with becoming and choosing to be a high achiever, is who you become in the process. The process. That's the identity that you create for yourself. That is the greatest benefit of being a high achiever. So I have a question for you. How many of you would love to be a high achiever? Like consistently exceeding your goals, setting goals so big that they scare you and excite you at the same time, but yet you do it and you do it easily, harmoniously, in the spirit of service, in the spirit of good. How many of you would love to be a high achiever? I want to see if you're even interested in it. Give me a yes. Give me a absolutely. Thank you, Dawn. There we go. All right, we're getting some action over here. Yes. Yes. That's what I'm looking for. You see, we're going to be talking about this next week, the different types of folks that are, yes. All right, perfect. Thank you, Kanik. I love that. Yes, says Nina. Now we're getting somewhere. There we go. All right, Queen from Casilla. Is that how you say it? The Basin. Yes. Okay. Yes, says Vitality. Perfect. Of course, Vitality. You're very committed to success. Susan, Nicoletta. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. Of course, Linda says, always all in. Now, there's a positive attitude right there. Thumbs up from Nick. Okay. Perfect. You see, you can hear about high achievers. You can hear about getting in the 1% club, like earning more money than 99% of the people on earth, which I am and have been for many, many years. But unless you do something, you're just going to sit there in a state of dreaming of it or wishing for it or hoping for it. But there's so much more required. And the wonderful benefit of becoming a high achiever is anyone can do it. Do you know what the prerequisite, easy for me to say, do you know what the prerequisite is to be a high achiever? Do you know what it is? I'm going to ask you. I want to ask you, what do you believe that it is? Okay, what's the prerequisite for being a high achiever? I'd love to know what you believe. There we go, Sarah. Yes, Patty. Absolutely. It's the desire. Yes. It's the desire. It's the desire. You must have the desire to be a high achiever. That's the starting point of all achievement, of all accomplishment, is you have the desire to get there. Even though, and listen into this is the best news ever, you don't have to know how. You don't have to know how you're going to get there. Just have to desire it. Now, that's part of it. It's not all of it, but it's definitely the starting point. The starting point is desire. And then what you would do to be a high achiever is you make a decision, an irrevocable, committed decision that, yes, I am choosing to be a high achiever. Now, how many of you have decided, yes, you said that earlier, actually. We don't need to ask the question again. We know you wouldn't be here if you didn't want more, if you didn't desire to experience more in your life. Because you know what? More is waiting for you. Everything that you desire, everything that you think of is possible for you to accomplish. It absolutely is. Now, most people don't believe it. They think that's malarkey. They think it's garbage. They think there's no way. And then they start to think of all the reasons why it won't happen. Too old, too young, not experienced enough, don't have the money, live in the wrong country, not educated enough, don't have any experience, da, 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 da. Excuse after excuse after excuse. Do you know what is worse than a bad excuse? Do you know what's worse than a bad excuse? A good one. Like excuses are just hold on to those old paradigms, thinking they're going to take you to where you want to go, but they're like cement blocks, man. They're going to just bring you down. You want to get rid of those suckers. They will not support you. Old paradigms don't support you. So when you have the desire to be a high achiever, a mentor can help you get there. So if we think of why is it that high achievers choose to work with a mentor, there's a number of reasons why. The number one reason is they want to find out the how. They want to know how. I know myself, when I first started studying personal development back in January 1979, that was a long time ago. Some of you were probably not even born yet, and that's okay because I can share with you, and I'm willing to share with you 43 plus years of studying this work passionately. All right. And so you benefit from that. So one of the great benefits is that you shave off years of time. And so when I first started studying personal development, I chose a mentor and I worked with a mentor. But working with a mentor and effectively producing results really involves applying what you're learning. It's not enough to study. It's not enough to read the books, watch the videos, attend the live events, get into the programs. You must apply if or when you would love to produce the results. I was doing a live event the other day here in Ottawa. It was called the Private Millionaires Retreat. And the idea behind this event is that I'm a millionaire and I want to help other people understand what is necessary in order to create that result or even better results in their life. And I was sharing with the audience some of the people that I've been blessed to work with who were completely unknown when I started to work with them, but built, 6, 7, 8-figure businesses. Yes, 8-figure businesses. Not only, from $1 million to 9,909,000, but beyond that. I have one client that did close to $30 million in revenue in his business. And the truth is, it's possible for anyone. But if you don't believe it, you're never going to have it. Now, the idea behind believing it is going to take some time. You've got to build the belief, but a mentor can help you with that. A really, really good mentor will see more in you than you see in yourself. And what they'll also do, our extremely effective mentor will help draw it out, will help bring it out so that you can see where those opportunities are so that you can, with your mentor, help discover that. So the biggest benefit of working with a mentor is it can shave off years of time. And, when you think about it, when I think about my own journey in this wonderful space of personal development, I began studying in January 1979, as I mentioned. But and I was a serious student and I went years and years and years. And I was producing some great results and I was turning my life around. And I remember getting to a point somewhere around the middle of the 80s and feeling really good about who I am. And I remember thinking to myself, there's no price that you can put on the feeling of self-confidence. No price you can put on that, because prior to that, I was extremely insecure and I was angry and I was upset and I was blaming others for my results or blaming the economy or blaming the world or whatever. Not until I took control and responsibility for my results and applied what I was learning did I really start to see see the difference and experience the difference. But I did get to a point where I felt that, the results weren't exactly where I wanted to be. Now, what a lot of people do is when they get to that point where they're dissatisfied with their life, they're dissatisfied with the amount of money that they're earning, dissatisfied with the home that they're living in, or dissatisfied with something else, here's what happens. There's a couple of things that happen. One of the things that happens is it stimulates you to grow because you start to realize there is so much more that you can do. There's so much more that you can experience. There's so much more that you can have in your life. And there really is no limit except the ones that you acknowledge. You see, a lot of people put the limits on themselves with their own belief system. And, like their income as an example, people are generally earning the kind of money that they believe they're worth, right? So when you change what you believe you're worth, you can change the amount of money that you're attracting in your life. Like I remember times, I got into internet marketing in 1995, and I've been involved in the internet marketing online since that time. So it's been quite a while, well over 20 years, 27 years. I started marketing online, just a year after I incorporated my business. So I was one of the early adapters or adopters to marketing online and promoting my programs, my products, my services, my books, and things like that. And, I've had experiences since I made a decision to skip levels where I would earn more money in an hour than I had previously earned in several years. And when those kinds of things occur for you, you start to realize, it's not difficult. It's easy. Hence the reason why we decided to create Easy Quantum Leaps. Now, how many of you would love to have more success in your life and have it be easy? Type your answer in the little chat box. So you'd love to experience more in your life, but you would love to have it be easy. I'll put on my glasses and I can see their response. I don't know why anyone would want it to be difficult anyways. All right. Beautiful. Okay, I'm a money magnet, says Michelle. Yes, you are. I love your story. Michelle is in our Skipping Levels program, and she has shared with us something pretty exciting that she attracted into her life. And so being easy or having it be easy is a choice. It's absolutely a choice. Easy and effortless, says Vladdy. I love that. Now, there's effort involved for sure, but it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be hard. So join us next week. Yes, thank you for putting the link there for our Easy Quantum Leaps. Okay, so I want to talk about just four things. I'm holding up three. Four things. Just checking to see if you're paying attention. Four reasons why working with a mentor, why high achievers work with a mentor. Number one, shaves off a lot of time, right? A lot of time. People that have already got the experience, they've been there, done that, experienced the lessons. And actually, that's number two. Their mentor have had the learning experiences. What's a learning experience? Well, some people call them failures, right? Some people call learning experience failures. Now, I like to think of it this way. Many people actually have learning experience after learning experience until they experience the success that they desire. Now, other people have defined that as failure after failure after failure until they get to success. So what do they do? They're failing their way to success. It really doesn't matter how you look at it, but the idea is when you work with a mentor, someone that understands at a different level than you do because of the depth of the study and the depth of the understanding and the depth of the application, they can help you save time, help you save money. Another reason is that a mentor can help you get stuff done. Now, not just any stuff. You don't want to just be busy for the sake of being busy. You want to be productive. You want to be getting the results that you desire, not something else. And that's the fourth reason, because you're maybe frustrated, you're maybe dissatisfied, and you're saying, enough. I'm ready to learn more. I'm ready to experience more. I believe it's my time. And you know something? It is your time. It's absolutely your time. So get excited about that. So those are really the 4 reasons why high achievers work with a mentor is because they want to shave off time, because they want to learn from their experiences, AKA failures in some cases, because they want to be more productive and effectively use their time, and because they want to get their desired results. They've got specific things that they would love to do, and they're looking to produce the results. Okay. All right. Now, I understand we have a number of questions that have been coming in. I've noticed that. Thank you, Roddy, for grabbing these questions. This is phenomenal. And I'm going to address those right now. The first one is from Jeanette from Costa Rica. So welcome, Jeanette from Costa Rica. And this is a great question, a question that I'm asked actually lately a little bit more than others. And the question is, what is the difference between building a self-image of a person and the Power Life script? Now, for those of you that don't know what a Power Life script is, a Power Life script is a detailed description of you living your life now as you would love for it to be. And if you're not sure of what is involved in all of that, because it's very important that you do this the right way, go to powerlifescript.com and you'll find out more information. So Power Life Script includes everything that's important to you in your life. Therefore, included in a Power Life Script would be a description of who you are, the identity of the person that you have chosen to be, the successful person. So there's a process in order to create this. And it starts with, number 1, deciding what would you love? What would you love to have in your life? What would you really, really, really love to have? And then you think about, well, who do I need to be in order to have that? And that becomes an identity or the concept of self or a self-image statement. Call it what you will, but it's an important part of creating success because you're the one that's going to create the success. So you must believe in yourself. You must believe that it's already done. You must recognize and acknowledge that tremendous strength and power that's within you now. And so what some people do is they will create a Power Life script, and in their script, they're describing their amazing life, but they'll also describe how they feel about themselves and how they are a confident person, how they are someone who gets things done, how they are someone that is worthy of the success that they are enjoying and experiencing, and how wonderful that is, and how they've created and basically are demonstrating this greater version of who they already are. It's like they've gone inside and pulled out of the basement this amazing, magnificent being who absolutely is now shining. And anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. Like when we look at people that have created success either in business or in entertainment of some sort, whether it's acting, singing, performing, or whatever, they have decided that they are committed to producing certain results. It's really important to be committed if you're looking to create better results. That's an important part of it. And so Power Life Script can include the identity that you've chosen for yourself, or you could create an additional description just that focuses on your identity, your concept of self, who you believe you are, a self-image statement, if you like. You see, some people have confidence already and they're thinking, I don't really need to work on that. But many people don't. And a big part of the reason why people are not experiencing the kind of results that they want in their life, whether they're relationship or career or financial or whatever it might be, is because of the concept that they have of themselves. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe more in yourself than anyone else. And then when you do, then you're going to attract great results. Like I think about, as I'm sharing that with you, I think about my husband. And I know part of the reason why I attracted this wonderful man into my life, who's a very confident man, is because I'm confident. Like I feel good about myself. Didn't always. As a matter of fact, I couldn't even look in a mirror years ago. I was extremely insecure. And that shows up and manifests in very destructive ways. And so I made a decision to work with a mentor to learn how to change it, and I changed it. So, what you can do is you could have both. You could have an audio that you listen to every day that talks about how magnificent you are, and talks about how confident you feel, and something that really feels good when you're listening to it, that really invites those emotions to come to the surface, because you're an emotional being and you are attracting based on how you're feeling. And when you're feeling confident, when you're feeling strong, when you're feeling like you can do anything, that nothing is impossible to you, you're going to attract all the right situations, all the right people into your life in order to manifest whatever it is that you desire. And so you could have both. You could have a power life script, Jeanette, and a identity statement or concept of self statement or self-image statement, whatever you want to call it. Or you could just put them all into one and have your identity and your self-image statement as part of your power life script. And you'll notice it, like for anyone that's in our power life script program, which is so worth the investment. And I'll tell you why. The Power Life script is the one thing that's made the biggest difference in my results. All right. It's made the biggest difference in my life. And here's a woman who was raised in a very poor environment, had parents that struggled financially, and I've gone on to earn millions and have an extraordinary life. So if I were you, I would absolutely have a power life script. If I'm telling you that I got to where I am today, and one of the biggest reasons is because I created a power life script effectively. That's why getting in the course is important. And I listened to it, and I've been listening to it now for well over 20 years. That's made the difference in my life. Of course you should do it. Everybody should do it. Absolutely everyone should have a power life script. I believe everyone on the planet should have a power life script. All right, let's go to the next question that is asked here. The next one is from William, and it says, I have a goal. I'm visualizing it every day and at random moments a day. There are several stages in the goal that will make me happy. Is it better to feel and visualize each stage, or just do it from the end of the goal? All right, perfect. Absolutely the end of the goal. Do not go in stages. Why? Because the way to get there will be revealed to you. You don't have to know how you're going to get there. You see, you're assuming you know how, and that's okay. And you've, designed perhaps the steps or the way to get there. But in all sincerity, if you have, or when you have a stretch goal, which is a goal that you don't have any idea how you're going to get there, those are the kinds of goals that you want. That's the kind of top goal that you want. Why? Because this is going to cause you to grow. You are absolutely going to grow. And the truth is, you can manifest anything that you want. So since you can manifest anything that you desire, then go for what you'd really love. So I often say to people, what would you really love? Like, is that the goal that you really want? This morning we were having our study club. I have a program called Club Achieve, and we meet every day, Monday through Friday, and we study together for up to 30 minutes. Today, I think, was the first day we actually went a little bit beyond 30 minutes. And I opened up the room for our club members to come in this morning. And one of our lovely club members, who I just really love and appreciate, was on there early, and she was talking about a goal that she would love. And she was talking about a goal that she had. But as she mentioned the goal, immediately following mentioning the goal, she talked about why it couldn't happen. Now, when anyone talks about why a goal can't happen or why a goal won't happen, it's because they're allowing their paradigms to hold them back. That is the only reason. Their old beliefs are holding them back. So I heard this conversation. I was getting ready for the class, and I piped up and I said to her, do you want it? The prerequisite is desire, as you know. So do you want it? Is this something you would really love? Get out of your own way, because she was in her own way, And most people are in their own way. They're blocking themselves. They've got their ceiling set. They've got their upper limit problems. They've already identified that there's limits. No, there isn't. You got to change the way you're thinking. And just asking the question of her, do you want it? Caused her to start thinking a little differently. So when you think of a goal and you start to think, do I really want it? Answer the question. Yes or no. You don't have to know how you're going to get there. Just ask the question, do I want it? Answer the question. And if it's a yes, then set it as a goal. And to set it in the most effective way, you write it out, you write your goal statement out as if it's already done. And you put emotion into it. I am so happy and so grateful now that I am easily earning whatever it is, doing work that's deeply meaningful in my life. Okay? So you write out your goal as a statement of fact. You expect, this is really important with goal achievement, you expect to succeed. So in this particular case, what I suggest is go straight to what you would love, which sounds like you know what it is, and expect it in your life. You see, I have found, not only from learning experiences, but from observation of others, is a lot of people take the hard way, the long route. It doesn't have to be that way. You can experience quantum leaps. You can experience quantum leaps in your results, and you can experience them this year. I had a client who had previously only ever earned less than 100 grand, became a millionaire or $1 million producer. She wasn't a millionaire, but she produced $1 million in revenue in the first year that she went out on her own to be an entrepreneur. Now, that's not standard. That's not like you're hearing everyday stories of people doing that. That's an unusual circumstance. But she became convinced that it was possible. She believed it was possible. Now, if you don't have the belief, what I suggest is suspend disbelief. Open up your mind. You see, open-mindedness is essential for success. That's what Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich. It's absolutely essential. You must have an open mind and be willing to work on your thinking and your feelings. And the more you do, when you're doing it right, that's why mentors really play a great role in this, the better it's going to go for you. The better it's going to go for you. I really want you to take this seriously. Why do I want you to take this seriously? Because this is your life we're talking about. And it's not a trial run. It's not, well, let's see how this one goes and then we'll have it all figured out for the next lifetime. You're here now. And it's time to stop wasting time. Time is a precious commodity. Absolutely precious commodity. And none of us know how much time we have. We don't know how much time we have. And then one day we won't be here. And a lot of people get to that point in their life where they start to look back and they have what's known as regrets. You don't want to have regrets. You don't want any of those. You want to be a nonstop manifesting machine. That's what. And I would love to help you create that in your life. You think of something and you manifest it. You think of something, you manifest it. Oh, come on, Peggy. Is it really that easy? Is that possible? Absolutely, it's possible. I'm living proof. I've worked with many other people who are living proof. Absolutely, you can skip levels and go. And that's for the serious students. That's for those that have decided, I am going for it. No more playing small. I've had enough of the struggle. Enough of the struggle. I have chosen to have my life go easy. And I want to ask you something. How many of you would love that your life was easy some of the time? How many of you would love that? Let's get some interaction here. I want to see some answers to that question. How many of you would love to have your life be easy some of the time? All right, looking for answers here. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Let me ask you the next question. How many of you would love to have your life be easy most of the time? Most of the time. Sure. Thank you. I dream of it. Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right. The next question is, how many of you would love to have, thank you, Linda, have your life go well all of the time? All of the time. There we go, Dawn. Yes, ma'am. All of the time. You got it. You've got it. Linda, all the time. Absolutely. Now you got to know that's possible. It's possible for you to have your life be easy and go well all the time. Absolutely. You have to choose it. Now, I can help you get there. Absolutely can help you get there. That's one of the benefits of working with a mentor. Now, mentors you can work with in a variety of different ways. You can work with mentor by studying their materials. You can work with a mentor by being in programs, or you can work with a mentor by being in a private mentoring capacity, which sometimes we offer. We don't have spots available right now, but from time to time we offer that. But we certainly have programs. And I'm teaching you the best of the best. We got a number of people here that are in our programs as well. So, end of the goal, William. I love that you asked the question. Next question is, and we'll make this our wrap up question for today. And this one's from Nina. And Nina says, what are your suggestions when for updating the script? All right, great. I think there's another one there too. Yeah, looks like there's two questions here. So I'm gonna address both of them. Okay, what are your suggestions for updating the script? So I'm assuming that, Nina, you're talking about the Power Life script. Yes, the Power Life script. Okay. My suggestions are as follows. You update your Power Life script when you feel like it. When you're listening to it on a consistent basis and you notice something or you think of something that could be improved upon. Maybe you hear a statement or you hear a story and someone is talking about an affirmation that they used. I love that my life goes well all of the time, or my life is easy all of the time. And you like that. And you think, you're finding that that's not the way your life is, but it's something that you would love to impress into your subconscious mind. And so you add it to your Power Life script. So that's a reason why you would update your Power Life script. Another reason is you have a new goal. You're stretching yourself. Maybe you've decided, I'm going for it. I've decided I'm going to earn this kind of money. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm easily earning and you adjust it that way. Another reason why you would update your Power Life script is you realize it's not written effectively. When I'm working with my private mentoring clients, I always ask them to send me their Power Life script. Why? Because I want to see how it's written. Now, I do not offer this as a service, and I don't do it for the general public. I simply don't have the time to do it for the general public. But when I'm working with someone in a private mentoring capacity, absolutely, I want to see what their Power Life script is. And so recently, I have this lovely woman that I'm blessed to serve, and she sent me her Power Life script. And it was, I'm going to say, boring. It was boring. There was no real emotion into it. And I couldn't see in my mind's eye what she really desired to experience. So I gave her some feedback. We had one of our calls together. She modified it, sent it back to me, and she aced it. I mean, it was phenomenal. Absolutely one of the best Power Life scripts that I've ever seen. Why was it so good? Because it was filled with emotion. It was written positive. There were no negative words. It was written as if it was happening now in her life. And that's the way you manifest, is in the now. I mean, it included all areas of her life that are important to her. It was brilliant. Absolutely, completely, utterly brilliant. All right. Totally brilliant. She really did a great job. So that's a reason why you'd want to update your Power Life script. Another reason is, and I've noticed this as well with some of our clients, is that they'll say in their Power Life script that they have more money, or they're enjoying more money, or they're earning more than what they did before, but nothing specific. And that's wrong, wrong, wrong. You want to tell the universe specifically not how you're getting there, but what you want as an outcome. And so what would you love your net worth to be? Now, your net worth takes your assets minus your liabilities, and there's the bottom line. What would you love for your net worth to be? You can just claim it. Is it really like that, Peggy? Yes, it's like that. Absolutely. Name it, claim it, name it, claim it. So specifically, now you don't have to get into minutia, like little tiny details of this, but what would you love to be earning if you're working? How much would you love your net worth to be? And you could add some other things, like let's say you have some charities that you are in love with and you love supporting, and you see yourself donating a certain amount of money to charities. Or I have another client who's an incredibly generous gentleman, and he is buying homes for his children, and very generous, and has number of children and buying homes for all of them. And so buying them with cash, right? Outright. So that is something specific that he is saying, and for you, if you have a home that you desire, what would you love, right? Be specific. If you don't have to have the address or know exactly where it is, but if you know that you'd like to have a home with X number of bedrooms or X number of bathrooms with a pool in the yard, on the side of a mountain, in front of water, in a certain city, or out in the country, or in a particular country, or multiple homes, be specific. Those are the reasons why you would update your Power Life script. All right, next question is, how can I feel great when I feel so down? I lost my job. I discovered the guy I was in love with for 2 years is gay. I am trying to increase my vibration and positiveness with no success. Can you give me advice? Thank you. All right, perfect question. Thank you for asking. Number one, there's no try. There's either you're doing it or you're not doing it. So for example, try and get out of your chair right now. You either get out of your chair or you don't, right? You're either out of your chair or you're not out of your chair. Understand this. You are in control of how you feel. You are in control. No one's controlling. And I'm not saying that in this particular case. When I answer questions, I'm giving an answer to your question, but I'm also elaborating on it for the benefit of everyone that's here. Okay. So you didn't say that someone else is controlling how you feel. I just wanted to add that for everyone's benefit. So what you do is understand that you're a human being that has feelings. Okay. You're going to have these feelings. So what I would do is just say, okay, I recognize these feelings for what they are. I'm just going to wrap my loving arms around them and say, thank you for revealing to me what's going on right now. And you wouldn't have asked the question, I suppose, that those feelings aren't serving you. As you said, you notice your vibration isn't in harmony with what you would love. So what do you do with that? You wrap your loving arms around it and say, bye-bye. Thank you for revealing to me what's going on. And then switch. You want to switch over to feeling good. How do you do that? What are you focusing on? What are you giving your attention to? You want to shift over and focus only on what you desire. You see, this is the reason why a Power Life script is so effective for that. Because if you've recorded, I'm looking for my phone, it's over there. If you've recorded your Power Life script in the way that I teach effectively, then you push play even when you're feeling low energy, even when you're not feeling particularly wonderful. What you're going to discover is that you will instantly start to feel better. Like whenever I'm listening to my Power Life script, there is a big smile on my face. Why? Because there's energy in the Power Life script. There's emotion in the Power Life script because there's a connection to the outcome, the feeling state of knowing it's already done. Right? So that is a tool that I've disciplined myself to use every single day. That's one of the tools. Now, there's many different tools that you can use. You could simply ask yourself, well, what are the blessings in my life right now? That'll shift your focus. It causes you to think about what's great in your life. What are you grateful for? What do you appreciate? What are the blessings? And when you choose to switch your focus over to that, you're going to feel better. Another one is you can create a vision board and put on the vision board what you would love, only positive images, because images create thoughts that create feelings that cause you to move into a particular vibration. And when you're in that vibration, you are attracting to you like a magnet, like results. Okay. So the fact that you asked the question to me is a sign of strength, The fact that you ask these questions says to me you would love for your results to change, to improve. And if so, good, because that's where you start. You start with the desire to make the change. But nothing is going to happen unless and until you apply, right? You can be going to videos, seminars, reading the books, etc. You must apply what you're learning. Now, to apply what works extremely effectively is to understand as well. Okay, I'd said that was the last question, but it looks like another one squeaked in here or slid in here. So beautiful. I'm going to address this one, then we're going to call it a wrap for today. Thank you so much. So Sue is asking the question, how many times do you listen to your Power Life script every day? I don't know how many times because I listen to it so many times. I listen to it, I would say, a minimum of 7 times a day, and sometimes a lot more. And the reason why I say a lot more is because I'm very actively aware of listening to it. I'll listen to it when I wake up in the morning after I've written my gratitude journal and done my affirmations and did all that work. And I'm listening to it while I'm getting ready. I'll listen to it if I'm, doing my laundry, which I was doing lots of yesterday while I was working. And if I get in the car and I drive somewhere, I'm listening to it. I listen to it whenever we walk our dogs, and we do our best to walk our dogs every day. Not every day, but we do our best depending on the weather, etc. If we have guests. So I'm listening to it there. I'll listen to it at nighttime as well. So minimum, a couple of years ago, it might have been more than that, actually, it might have been 3 or 4 years ago, I made a decision to listen to my Power Life script 7 times a day. And it's become a habit now. But what I love is when I get to the 7, I just keep going beyond. Why? Because the more you impress positive ideas into your mind, because it goes through, there's a filtering process, right? It goes through your conscious mind into your subconscious mind, which is the most powerful part of you by far. Then the more you impress it, the stronger it gets. And the more it's embedded in you to become part of who you are. And hence the reason why I listen to it as many times as I do every single day. It's my greatest tool, my most powerful tool, and it's helped me produce the most amazing results. Okay, all right, Roddy. He snuck in another question. I love it. Okay, so we're going to get to this one too. Susan's saying, I'm a bit scared of my goal, which I'm living and working at accumulating the rest of the money. Can you help me with overcoming fear? Yes, absolutely. The opposite of fear is faith. It's a muscle, right? When you're feeling fear, you're not feeling faith. So what you do is you want to practice techniques that put you into a state of faith. What's the state of faith? It's the state of knowing that what you desire is already done. So listening to your Power Life script will increase your emotion of fear and put you into faith. Another one is to affirm the outcome that you desire over and over and over again, and say it with conviction. And to do it really well, stand in front of a mirror. Stand in front of the mirror and say your goal as if it's already done, and say it like you mean it, right? Like really say it like you believe it. Like, I am so happy and grateful now that I have purchased my beautiful dream home and I paid for it in cash. Woohoo! It feels good, right? It feels good. And what happens is you start to feel better. And what you're essentially doing is, if you think of a dimmer switch and at the bottom of the switch is fear and at the top of the switch is faith, you're literally rising up in energy level, rising up in emotion until you get to the point of faith. You see, faith is a muscle, and you're working on that muscle every single day. Now, you only work on it with your conscious attention, with your focus, with your thoughts, and with your feelings. This is how you build faith. All right. And it works like magic. I don't know how many of you have heard the story of how I bought a house back in 1995 and I had no money to do it. And I ended up taking a cash advance on my Visa to go and put it down on the house. And I was like shaking in my booties. It was like, oh my goodness, what have I done? But I absolutely felt confident enough that I'm going to make this happen. I believed in myself. And so when I took a pen and I signed a legally binding contract, I just knew in that moment, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way. but then fear creeped in, and it creeped in quickly. And I recognized that, oh, I know who you are, fear. Well, you're not welcome here. It's like if you pull into a motel parking lot and you see the sign that's lit up that says no vacancy, there's no room, right? You can't check in. There's no room there. So just decide, no vacancy for fear here. I'm not letting you in. You can just go away. I'm choosing to believe in me. I'm choosing to believe in my outcome. I'm feeling the feeling of knowing that it is already done. It feels good, right? The more you do that on a consistent basis, continually throughout the day, expecting it to occur, the better it's going to go for you. All right, my friends, it has been so great being with you here today. Here's what I suggest you do. Definitely sign up and join us for Easy Quantum Leaps. It's free training. Next week, we're going 5 straight days. I'm going to be answering questions. I'm going to be teaching. My whole team is going to be there. You're going to see them all. We are here to serve you. We are here to help you get to where you want to go. We'll help you define where you want to go. We'll help you understand what you need to get there and how to do it all easily, which I know is the only way to go. So join us for Easy Quantum Leaps. You're very welcome, Dawn. Always great to see you here. And thank you, Roddy. Thank you, Vladdy. I really appreciate you guys. I know Vladdy, as I mentioned, Vladdy was going to be here with me. But we had some audio challenges. So we just said, okay, we're still doing this. We're just going to do it a little differently. And I noticed she's been posting. Thank you, Marissa. I appreciate that. She's been posting some comments in the little chat box as well. So we as a team really love serving you guys. So come on back, join us next week, and bring someone, bring a friend. Get signed up though, easyquantumleaps.com. All right, everyone, have yourself a spectacular day, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Thank you.